The race for mayor of San Francisco still up for grabs tonight, and it could be days before we have a winner. Mark Leno has pulled ahead of Supervisor London Breed by a razor-thin margin. But as Night Beat's Joe Vazquez reports, with thousands of ballots still to count, anything could happen.
The mayor's race is still too close to call. Down here in the basement of City Hall, they are still counting tens of thousands of outstanding ballots. Of the 240,000 total votes cast by San Franciscans, nearly a third, about 85,000, were mailed in or dropped off, so they are still being counted. Officials say voter turnout was unusually high for a midterm election.
What we experienced yesterday in San Francisco was essentially like a presidential election day. It's about a 50% turnout.
Former state senator Mark Leno still has the lead by a hair, but he knows that could change, and change again as votes get counted.
Patience shall be rewarded. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some zigzagging and seesawing.
Supervisor London Breed is also preparing for the roller coaster ride.
Well, I have said all along to people, even though it showed me leading in the polls, that this is going to be a close race. It's ranked choice voting. You never know what's going to happen.
Ranked choice voting is the reason for the chaos. As of midnight last night, London Breed looked to be considerably ahead with 42.5% of the vote to Mark Leno's 31%. Jane Kim was in third with 26.5% of the vote. But when Kim got eliminated, a huge chunk of her voters, about 3 out of 4, went to Leno because Leno was their second choice. That's how Leno's vote count rose to 50.42% overnight, a 1-point lead over Breed's 49.5%.
Let's stand together.
It's a direct result of Leno's strategy to team up with Kim to get each other's number 2 votes.
You feel your 1-2 strategy worked?
Clearly.
I had to be here, so he had to walk home. Okay.
Some of London Breed supporters believe that system is unfair. What does the candidate herself think?
This is the system that we're working with. And so I think that that's a discussion we can have at a later time, but this is the one that we are dealing with as it relates to this race. So for now, we're stuck with it.
Elections officials say they expect to have the bulk of the uncounted ballots counted by the middle of next week. On the Night Beat, I'm Joe Vazquez.